Hi, Joe Pflum, agronomist with NACHURS. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about solubility, why it's important, and kind of give a little bit of an abstract thinking on how it actually works. So when we talk about soluble items, we talk about getting them in a solution, keeping them in a solution, because we know that a true solution, everything is soluble. You think of like a suspension, it's like a mud puddle with mud in it, that's more of like a suspension. A solution is where things are disassociated, everything is floating, it's not necessarily suspended, it is actually part of the whole solution. So with that being said, why high soluble items are important when talking about crop nutrition? Because plants don't have the ability to take in items in terms of take a bite out of them and chew them up and pull them into a stomach and solubilize them. So we need to count on chemistry in the soil and moisture and temperature to solubilize these items so they can be absorbed into the plant. So that's why solubility is important. So now let's look at kind of the chemistry side of solubility. So if we go through a little experiment here and we take a glass of water, we take a salt shaker, and we add salt to that water. Let's say our water's at room temperature. There's going to come a point there when it saturates out. We can't get any more table salt, sodium chloride, in this solution. The only way we can is if we heat that water up, and then we can get more salt in there. But what happens when the temperature of that cools down? Well, there's what's called a eutectic point, and once that temperature drops back down, it'll start to salt out. So if you have a full solution already and the temperature drops out, depending on the items that are in there that are in the solution that have different eutectic points based on temperature, that's why things like UAN 32% will salt out when it gets cold. It doesn't mean that it freezes, it means that it just salts out. There's not enough energy in that solution to keep everything animated. Okay? So with that being said, when we develop new technologies for crop nutrition, we try to focus on the most soluble items, the most soluble compounds that we can get. For example, our BioK line, potassium acetate, is one of the most soluble products that we have available to us that is a potassium source in production agriculture today. And I explained why that's important, so a plant can draw those in, whether it be on the foliage or through the leaves. But with that being said, you can look at what potassium acetate is, how much we can actually get into that glass of water if we were going to do an experiment. So I hope this gives us a little bit better understanding of solubility and why it's important. Thank you.